So back in the olden days, before we didn't have this Express and Tele app and all these fancy things that we have now, it used to be, well, back in the old days, believe it or not, they used to do a finger prick, like, you know, where they prick your finger and they get the blood and they squeeze it out, like what you do for somebody that's diabetic. Diabetics that, you know, check their insulin level within the day, they poke their finger and they squeeze the blood out of it, and they have this little tester and it'll tell them what their glucose level is. So back in the old days, insurance, it used to be you still pee in a cup to get your urine, but at that time, it only required a finger prick, a finger poke. So imagine the quantity of blood that would be in the vial for testing. It would be barely nothing, right? So that's when they decided, you know what, we're really not getting a good idea of what's in when we're testing these blood. There's not enough, the amount is insufficient. You can only get so much from a finger poke. So that's when they rolled out having a full blood profile done. And that allows them to do, in a blood profile, they do all kinds of different testing, but mostly they're looking for nicotine in the urine, they're looking for nicotine. They're looking for drugs in the blood. They're looking for your A1C, your liver function test, all kinds of stuff that they're testing. And now there so much is going out. There is a test that can, from the blood, that can test your cardiac. So as time progresses and knowledge, and not just, you know, being system savvy, but also our science, the way that science is going, they're getting even more savvy as well. So imagine you can test somebody's cardiac based on a blood profile. And that's usually, there's only a couple carriers that do that, and it's in when they do the blood profile. And that's usually somebody that's over the age of 60 or 65, I can't remember. And it's usually a large face amount, but I'm starting to see it's getting to be lower face amounts because it's a trigger point. So maybe you've seen it. It's not a special test or anything. The only way that you would know is when you do the underwriting guidelines for the carrier. It's called a pro-BNP. And it's just, they use the same blood that was done during the insurance exam, and it's just an extra test that the carriers are using.
Can you repeat that? It's a pro-BNP?
Pro-BNP. Let me see what it is.
What's it? Pro-BNP.
I'll type it out for you guys so you can see it.
Else we can just write it in that Google search button. We can see that.
Yes.
Okay. What's that full form of BNP you told us?
Right. So let me bring it over here. Can you guys see it? It's right here. You'll see it. It'll be mostly called NT-PROBNP. Like they say, when in doubt, Google it, right? So
I just want to make sure that my notes are written out properly because I'm doing the notes for this session. So I want people to be able to know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I get it. And this one, too. This is a tongue twister.